Welcome to my Otome, where we talk about Japanese dating simulations and visual novels. I'm
I'm
Tiana,
Elizabeth.
and today we are talking about Mitsunari Baba. Yeah, that's his first name because, we never use his first name.
No, but that's okay. I like Baba better. Well, that shouldn't have made me laugh. I'm a simple creature.
Yeah, but we're still doing Kissed by the Baddest Bidder. And so to start off, for episode 1, you end up picking Baba because he looks the least scary. And everyone thinks your choice was terrible.
Okay.
Everyone straight at the gate is like, that was a horrible choice. Anybody would have been better off.
Not anybody. Wow.
And Baba gets on one knee and promises you a night you won't forget. Yeah, it's super weird.
Yeah.
So, then Baba picks you up bridal style, and Ota is being Ota and insinuates that you're gonna fuck, but yeah. You end up thinking that Baba is the most dangerous because he did hit on you in the elevator in the prologue. But after Baba takes you to his room, he kind of tells you to just get some sleep. He also points out where everything is, kisses you on your forehead, and dips out. Yeah.
Go Baba. He's really
Mind you, Baba...
He's really following that Monica song the first night. He's standing back.
Baba is like genuinely great guy. He's just a guy who flirts with everyone, but he's actually a really decent person.
Mm-hmm.
Just like my favorite in Be My Princess, Roberto Button. When Baba leaves, you open the closet and you see guns in the closet, but right afterwards, Baba comes back in and he's like, hey, don't open up the closet. But he realizes you already opened up the closet.
Comedic timing.
He points a gun at you. It's a prop gun with flowers in it. Because, why would Baba have a real gun?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he gives you the flowers, though.
How sweet.
And, you're actually the one who has to ask Baba what he's going to do with you, because you're like, I'm here. What are you gonna do? And, yeah. Baba just kind of sexually harasses you by flirting with you instead of answering the question. And he's like, well, no maid is worth $20 million, so I gotta find something for you to do. And I was like, you right.
The most logical response I've ever heard.
And then suddenly Baba gets a call from one of his hoes, lies and tells her he's on his way, and then leaves. Yeah. He goes to visit his hoe that night.
I feel like I'm already being cheated on. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. It's because he has millions of hoes. It's Baba.
I know, but I'm supposed to be his only hoe.
So, of course, as soon as Baba leaves, you try to run away because you're dumb.
With all the other men in the penthouse.
I'm just like, did you forget that there's 4 other men who know you're there? Even though Baba doesn't care, the 4 other men do.
Because they all contributed to paying for you.
Yep. Ota comes in as you try to run because Baba asked him to stay with you to just give you company because you knew the other 4 weren't going to give you any company.
Mm-hmm.
And Ota's like, I knew your dumbass would try to run.
You know what? I love Ota. Never mind. Every time I say I love Ota, I remember the dog thing.
He also does something in somebody else's story that completely fucks up any good view of him.
I just want to be able to love him without feeling like
I'm a terrible person.
Yeah.
And then Ota gives you a tour of the place, and he tells you to come to his room if you're lonely. And Ota says that he still wants you, and being with Baba is what's stopping Ota from doing anything to you. There it is.
I don't like Ota anymore. I don't like Ota anymore.
Yeah. Also, from Baba's point of view, he didn't recognize you when you got bought, but when he saw you up close, he did realize who you were, and he thinks that you were in the auction because of him. Yeah. So he thinks that you got put up for sale because of him, because he took you to the IVC. And Ota also tells you that Isaac lives on the top floor alone. You acknowledge that Ota is an Ichinomiya, but you're still asking why he lives on the top floor alone.
You mean Isaac is an Ichio?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said
yeah.
Ota.
I meant Isaac.
Yeah.
You know who I meant. Look at that. We've graduated. To when you know who I mean without
I'm learning.
Yay! We're learning names. Ota,
Oh,
when you
sorry.
ask questions about it, it's fine. When you ask questions, Ota tells you it's because he's the boss, so he lives on the top floor, and you don't understand.
I feel like I have to do a factory reset every time MC does something dumb. Because, like, my brain is just like, what? How is it every storyline you just don't know your own boss?
I don't know. I mean, like, it's not like you don't have phones, so it's not like you can't just look up who your boss is.
And your boss lives in the building.
The thing is, he comes through the front door, too. He comes through the lobby, and he has a nickname among the staff as the king. Yeah.
Okay. It's so painful. Like, it hurts.
So you get uncomfortable when the manager isn't surprised about you being bought. It's only after Ota's like, hey, the manager is, oh, wait, what is his name? Isaac. Yeah, it's Isaac's little servant dog. And that's when you realize he owns a hotel. Isaac owns a hotel.
Whoa! A genius at work.
Yeah.
Genius.
And then Ota's also the one who has to threaten you about the auctions, because Baba would never do it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Ota is spending the night in Baba's room because you can't be trusted not to run away.
I mean, you've already proven that, so.
True. So, while Baba's out on his date breaks up with him because he said he had to take care of a cat, his cat was you.
Sorry.
Because he told them that he was watching somebody else's cat for them, so that's why he was distracted on their date, and she got upset with that, and then broke up with him. Yeah.
Girl.
Right.
Nee-hee-hee-hee-dee.
Also, Baba knows you can't leave due to the auctions, and he does feel guilty, and he does feel bad, because he's like, yeah, even if I'm cool with you just like leaving, Isaac and Soru aren't gonna be cool with it.
Mhm.
Yep. So the next morning you wake up to Baba in bed with you. Yeah.
Hello.
You push him off. You try to push him off the bed. Ota's in the other bed pissed because, he's not a morning person.
Mhm.
So Baba tries to calm you down by flirting with you, which, makes you panic more until Ota threatens both of you. Yeah, he threatens to kill both of y'all.
Dang. Man is really not a morning
Man
person.
said let him sleep.
He needs his beauty rest.
So, Baba's explanation to why he got in bed with you was because he got dumped and he wasn't going to sleep in bed with Ota.
He's not gonna sleep in bed with his boyfriend? Aww.
And then you ask for permission to work, and of course it gets granted because it's going to be weird if you don't go to work.
Mhm.
And the girls call out you disappearing and you claim you got sick. That afternoon, though, Baba shows up while you're cleaning one of the rooms, and he flirts with Chisato. And Baba tells her that you and him are close acquaintances as he's kissing Chisato's hand. It's a very awkward interaction, and you're just like, you vehemently hate Baba right now. Don't understand why, considering everybody else, you didn't hate them.
Mhm.
But with Baba, you just, hate his very pure soul.
Yeah. I mean, I would understand being annoyed because, man, you own me and now you're flirting with my friend. But, I wouldn't hate him.
Yeah. So then Erica shows up, and Baba flirts with her. You interrupt him, and he takes you out of the room and asks you to help him with the job. This is where the bullshit kicks in.
Oh, no.
You tell him no, and that you won't help him because you won't be an accomplice to thievery. Baba manhandles you and reminds you that he bought you, mind and body, which technically he can't buy your mind. That is that's against the rules. But whatever.
Mhm.
But either way, you belong to Baba. You thought Baba was one of the nice guys at the moment, but surprise, surprise, he's just like his friends.
Well, yeah. I mean, birds of a feather. Like, what did you expect?
Like, why would you ever say he owns you and you're just like, he's gonna be one of the nice guys. If I say no, he's gonna be cool with it. No. God, no. Yeah. But Baba promises to let you go once the job is over, and he won't do anything bad to you. He says after he hurts your wrist. Yeah. Episode 2.
Yay.
Baba takes you to the IVC, and the women are just kind of flocking around him. And you're catching strays because, you're getting glares and pity looks.
Mm-hmm.
Baba kind of just explains the process to get to the auctions. They tell you you don't need a mask in the gallery, and Ota questions why you're in an evening gown because Baba bought you a full-on evening gown. And Isaac's like, you're getting carried away with this little toy you got here. You don't need to be doing all this.
Playing dress up and everything.
Yeah, and then Sora's like, it's his illness. Leave it alone. Leave it alone, Isaac. It's his illness. I wrote, leave it, honey. It's just a symptom of his illness.
Oh my gosh.
Because, Sorasuk is real.
Mm-hmm.
Baba clarifies that he knows your size because you two spent a night together. And you try to tell everybody that you guys didn't sleep together. You just slept together.
We didn't sleep together. I woke up with him next to me. That's it, okay?
And then you try to have Ota, of all people, vouch for you. And that's where that whole comment that I sent you the screenshot of, like, where Mamoru thinks you had a threesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Because Ota was like, I was there. I was watching the whole time.
Wait, hold on. There's a line from the show Big Mouth. Every orgy needs a witness. Oh my god.
Yeah. Sora thinks y'all are pervs now. So
Sora's over here like, don't associate with them, honey. It's bad for your image.
And you're just trying to clear your name.
You're grasping at straws.
I don't even know why you asked Ota for help, of all people.
Man was not gonna clarify anything.
He was just gonna make it worse. You're surprised that Isaac made the auctions to get rid of Baba's stolen items. And you're also surprised that Baba sells these stuff on the black market. Don't know why. I don't understand why, because he's an international thief. Where do you think all this stuff is just going?
Wonderland.
But yeah. So, Baba's the one person that you're calling an angel. I mean, a devil in disguise as an angel. Like, you're calling Baba, like, the root of all evil over here. And I'm just here like...
Do you know Isaac?
He does not deserve this.
He really doesn't. My gosh. If only she could see the other storylines. Baba is, like, number one.
Baba is, like, number one nice guy over here. Even Sora was over here, like, you can die. I wouldn't care. But yeah. So while the others go up to the penthouse, Baba takes you to the guest room to practice. He takes you to one of the guests' rooms to practice lifting fingerprints.
Oh. I was not expecting
and then,
that. I have a dirty mind.
He says,
I need to calm down.
I mean, you're thinking like the rest of the gang.
What? Ow, I whacked my glasses.
Yeah, you're over here trying to protest going into like a customer's room and lifting their fingerprints because that's like, illegal. And he's like, if you don't do this, I'm going to put you up for sale.
My bad. My bad.
So, turns out you're lifting the fingerprints from the guy who tried to buy you at the last auction. And he's a gaudy man that likes to throw money around to prove that he's rich. Yeah, he's one of those people.
Kill him. Burn him.
A few days later, Baba takes you to a party. Turns out it's the Creek's House's party. Yeah, so you're going to the party of the man who tried to buy you. Yay.
Do we kill him? Do we burn him? House fire! No. I do not support arsonists. Let me clarify. I do not support arsonists, murderers, or serial killers. However, in this case...
Glad you had to clarify that.
Yeah.
Glad you felt the need to clarify you don't support...
For legal reasons.
Yeah, but the dude is boasting about a $10 million painting that he has. But says it's counterfeit because of the colors used in Coach? I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's
How's it
Italian.
spelled?
Koch. I assume that you would know just because you you paint.
Yeah. My first thought goes to cock, but that's not. Wait, colors used in. You would never guess I'm in an art history class right now.
Yeah, because he says the painting, the colors used for the time period is off, and that's why it was a counterfeit.
So is it Kosh? It might be Kosh, because
he says that artist didn't use like bright colors until like his later days, when the painting is supposed to be one of his early paintings.
Yeah, then I think it's Kosh, but I might be wrong. I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't know any of this stuff. I was like, she'll know.
I do know. Can I explain myself any further? No, because I don't know how to pronounce anything. However, I do understand what he's saying. What colors were used then?
I don't know. It's not like they showed it.
My bad. I got real interested in the minor facts.
I wasn't paying attention like that.
Yeah. Anyways, he called out the Kosh painting, or the not.
Yeah. You end up getting trapped in Baba's arms, and when you glare at him, he gets turned on.
Hello.
Another guest hears you two talking about how it's a fake, and then turns out most of the party knows that it's already a fake, and that creep is just constantly buying fakes and he doesn't know it, while everybody else does. Now you're having a moral dilemma about the counterfeit art, and you're like, oh my god, this is so bad, this is so terrible. And I'm over here annoyed because it's like, you act like it doesn't happen.
Not only that, but you act like this isn't the man who tried to buy you.
Not even try, he did buy you. Well, the other dude tried.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The other dude.
Oh, okay.
It's his counterfeit shit.
Yeah. So, y'all leave the party and use the lifted fingerprints to get into a room where the dude keeps all his valuables. Baba gets straight to work. He starts nabbing things, and while you're just still like in shock that you got in and that you're like committing a crime.
Grow a pair.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. Grow a pair, please.
An alarm goes off, and y'all end up running to the balcony. You're out of shape because you're like over here dying because you can't run fast enough.
But you can clean.
The guard dog.
You can. How many floors again?
52?
You can clean 52 floors of rooms all day, every day. But you can't run to a balcony.
Apparently not.
Okay.
The guard dogs come after y'all, and y'all have to hide. So you end up pressed up against Baba, and Baba starts flirting with you, and you're fed up with this man. But Baba explains that he flirted with you to like calm you down in a high stress environment because it's a tense situation, and people mess up in tense situations. So he'd rather have gotten you like more relaxed and just angry at him than like worried about like getting caught and going to jail.
Mm-hmm. Logical.
And then, so Baba holds you with one hand around your waist while climbing up a rope ladder. Easily. At that. Yeah, I was reading it and I'm just like, how strong are you?
Man's got muscle.
Yeah, and it's a thought that comes in your mind, and you're like, how is this tall, lanky dude this strong? But at the same time, you're not really thinking about it that much.
You're just basking in the glory of how strong he is.
Baba takes the loot back up to the gang in the lounge, and he's like, hey, look at all this stuff I just stole. And then they reiterate that you're an accomplice now, and Baba also stole back a painting that was taken from an orphanage. He plans to give the painting back to the orphanage.
No, I
okay?
know. Who steals stuff from an orphanage?
Greedy rich people.
Kill the rich. That's my solution.
Because the painting was made by someone who used to live in the orphanage, and he made the painting to give back to the orphanage because, he was grateful to it. And then it got stolen. And then you're agonizing over how rich people can commit crimes easily, and if you should be around them.
You're not worried about the orphans? They lost the painting.
So,
the parents they lost. They lost the painting.
Episode 3, you're still whining to yourself about committing a crime the next day. Sakio tells you that about the modern day arson Lupin, cough cough Baba, which you have no idea who it is. I don't know why. there's only one thief around here.
Mhm.
He's the gentleman. I don't know if you know, but Arsène Lupin is a gentleman master thief from the famous detective novels.
Mhm.
The one that's supposed to be about Sherlock Holmes, but he's now named Sherlock Sholmes. I want to read it one day, just to laugh.
You say that about a lot of things.
Just to laugh about it for 10 minutes and then be like, this is the funniest thing ever. My humor is very simple, okay?
I laughed at how I said Baba's better. Okay? I understand simple humor.
Make a joke about how somebody's cooking will kill you. I'll be brain dead from laughing. I'll be like, this is the funniest shit on earth.
And then you'll message me saying how funny it is.
Yeah. And then a week later, I'll still be laughing at the joke.
We'll bring it up randomly in the middle of a conversation.
Still over here laughing. Like, this is great. But then I'll watch Rick and Morty and be like, this is horrible. What do you mean this is supposed to be funny?
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, but this Lupin does a Robin Hood and, steals from the rich and gives to the poor. And then you put 2 and 2 together and it's like, oh, it's Baba. Of course, you're not telling everybody that,
It
but
took you hearing about Robin Hood to be like, it's my man.
Sekio is kind of drooling over the thought of him being hot, and you're like, who cares if he's hot? He's a thief. Yeah.
I care.
And Sekio has to tell you the man is a good guy. And you're just relieved that there's no accomplice mentioned. And then you start going off again about how you don't want to commit crimes. You get real annoying about how you don't want to commit crimes, and it's just like, girl,
Like, you already did it. Just
you
shut
were
up.
bought for 20. You were already bought for 20,000, not 20,000, but $20 million. Just commit your crimes. Go
Exactly.
home.
At that point, you have a get out of jail free card for life.
So then you plan to avoid Baba, and he just kind of pops up in the basement while you're restocking. And when you question him, always knowing about where your location is, he just says he knows everything about you. That doesn't tell me how he knows where my location is, but yeah.
He's a stalker. He's got him.
Ironically, he has his own stalker.
Of
You've been thinking, which is never a good thing,
course.
and you tell Baba you can't do another job after he told you you're working with him the day after tomorrow. Yeah. Baba jokes that you've fallen for him while you're like debating on how to say stealing is wrong without getting threatened.
Mm-hmm.
And Baba's like, I'm aware you don't want to steal, but I need your help before I free you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you finally get into your head that he'll leave you alone if you just do your job with him. Like he told you the last 3 times. Yeah. Now you can see why the main story was hard for me to get through. And we're only on chapter 3. I mean, episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
2 days later, you sneak into a famous art gallery, and you almost set the Emperors off because you're strolling around, peeking at the art, and when Baba has to push you to the ground because you almost set off one of the alarms and covers you, you try to fight him.
Girl, just shut up!
And then Baba explains to you that he has to get real close to you, and you're like over here worried about hugging, and you end up doing stuff, being you, and you end up tripping the sensors anyways.
I didn't realize how close.
You good? You alive?
So, anyways, you're an idiot and trip off the line.
So as you're about to leave, a detective shows up named Ayase? Yeah, Ayase. And basically, that's his Sherlock.
Okay.
Not really, but, because this man's an idiot, but, yeah. And Baba tries to banter with the man, but he's, like, not having it. He's like, shut up, stop bantering with me. I'm putting you in jail.
Good luck. I mean...
Yeah. As you're about to leave, he throws a bracelet at Baba, but misses Baba, and it gets put on you instead. And, yeah, the bracelet will blow up if you're more than 5 feet away from the other cuff. Yeah. He's not the smartest man, okay? He's not the smartest detective.
Clearly.
And then, when Baba asks about the cuff, this dumbass is about to show Baba the other cuff, when Baba jumps him and steals the bracelet. So then they're fighting like children over the bracelet, and then Baba ends up getting cuffed too. And then he throws a flash bomb and then you guys leave.
Wow.
Yeah. When you guys go back to the lounge, Ota's laughing his ass off. He's like, this is the funniest thing ever.
Of course.
And then Isaac blames this happening because women are bad luck. And Toru is the only one worried about the explosive part of the, bracelet. Because, you two will explode.
Yeah.
And then Soru is the one who calls Ayase a stalker. But the thing is, Baba's right there. He's like, that man is a stalker. But Baba's right there. He's my stalker. And yeah. Also, Isaac's a stalker too. I'm just here like, Soru, how are you gonna sit here and call Ayase a stalker? But Baba and Isaac are right there.
Literally.
Because Isaac was GPS tracking you in his route.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I forget that little detail. It's the boyfriend privilege. That's not fair.
Yeah. So now you're stuck with Baba 24/7 unless you want to die. Yay!
Yay, forced proximity.
So, from Baba's point of view, Baba does think Ayase is an idiot with the mind of a child, ironically. And Baba had no intention of involving you in his personal life until you guys got the bracelets put on you guys. And yeah, he's just like, yeah, this is bad. This is horrible. Episode 4, at your insistence and pleas about work, Baba asked Mamoru to look into things, like getting the bracelet off. Ayase used to be Mamoru's superior once upon a time. They still work in the same force. Different divisions. Yeah, they're on friendly terms. And then Ocha's over here like, I thought y'all were fuck buddies and sleeping together.
Oh my god.
And, pretty much everybody just sees Baba as a sleazy horn dog. Which, yeah.
They're not technically wrong.
You're not fully wrong, but
partially.
And then you're confused on this whole situation. Baba starts jokingly flirting with you, and you call for help from all the rest of the dudes, and they just laugh in your face. I don't know. I don't know why you thought they were gonna help you, but yeah. So then you complain about your fate, and Baba does like a little palm reading of you because, he's super superstitious. And then you guys have the bathroom problem because you need to take a shower and y'all can't be 5 feet away from each other.
Have him sit on the toilet.
Oh, they don't have... In Japan, the toilet is separate from the shower. In most
they have
places.
Like a shower?
I don't know, because in Japan, houses have their own shower room.
Dang.
Because you have the tub, and then the whole room is a shower. Because when they take baths, you're not allowed to like get in the tub dirty at all.
That's a good.
Because usually baths are like for the whole family, and they usually reuse the water. So you take a shower, and then you get into the bath to soak, and then the next person will take a shower, then get in the bath to soak. And usually, most places will have, like, if you're richer, they'll have a heated bath to keep the water warm. But yeah, so you're not allowed to get into the bath dirty. And from the hotels I've been in, they do have a shower room, and the bathroom, the toilet is in the same room, but it's like still separate. It's still a shower room with the door, and then the toilet.
So kind of like a walk-in shower at the hotels, or is it like completely different?
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Oh.
But it also just depends on what hotel you go to. And I've never been in a penthouse suite, so
they most likely have a shower room.
Yeah. So Bill makes a joke about you guys bathing together, but actually he just kind of, has you get in the shower, and then his back faces you, and he puts on a blindfold. Yeah. And he's like, just tell me when you're done, and then he sits down on the ground and waits.
He's so respectful. I'm loving this man.
That's the problem with me, is that I love Baba, but I don't like you.
Yeah,
and the story's from your point of view.
Can we just have Baba and like leave the MC in a trash can somewhere?
Because the worst part about it is, like, you start thinking he's waiting for you to get naked to attack you. So you're keeping your clothes close. And I'm just here like, what? What about Baba has made you think that he'd go out of he's that desperate?
What about that man putting on a blindfold and sitting on the ground makes you think he's waiting for you to get naked so he can attack you?
Yeah, Baba doesn't peek, move, or say a word while you're showering. And then he does end up apologizing right before you finish showering, and then he promises to fix things. And then from his own point of view, Baba believes that you won't ever forgive letting this happen. He does end up having the you're more mature than you look because you're okay with this situation and you're not like super upset about it. I have to remind myself you're like 25. Because the whole you're more mature than you look. Huh?
Yeah.
You're making it sound like I'm 18.
Yeah. That's how I took it, and then I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you're like 25, but he's also 35, so
Oh,
that 10-year age difference is coming.
it's coming out in full force. You're more mature than you look.
And then also Baba has been constantly joking with you to like hide his anxiety over the bracelets.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He's just been like joking with you because he's like super anxious that he's going to like that he ruined your life.
I mean, I would be too. That poor guy.
Yeah. So, Baba also could not sleep at all. Like, because you guys end up having to sleep in the same bed because 5 feet is not that much space at all.
You think it is until you actually, like, think about how far away, like, 6 feet was over COVID.
And then you're over here like, oh my god. It's even worse when, like, death is your other option.
It's either death or 5 feet.
You gotta be within 5 feet of each other or you die. So, yeah, he could not sleep because you were rolling in your sleep.
Mm.
And you nearly killed both of y'all in your sleep because you were rolling over on the bed.
Oh my gosh. How big is the bed?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess they're queen beds, even though he has twin beds. I mean, even though he has double beds in his room, I'm pretty sure they're pretty big. But you almost fall off the bed and while you're sleeping and almost kill you both.
Jeez. Poor Baba. He just
God.
wants to rest. He needs a break.
So Baba kind of sees you as like a little girl, and he's like, he feels guilty from keeping you from falling off the bed because, you know, he has to touch you in order to keep you from falling off the bed.
Okay.
Yeah. And the next morning you punch Baba in the chest because he's holding you in his arms when you wake up and you assume he tried to do something to you. A moment of silence. For your mind.
I swear it dies. Like, a part of my brain just dies every time. 'Cause, like, you know, like that shock bomb sound that plays in, like, video games and stuff. That's what happens. The problem is I'm not shocked. I'm so used to it that it just gets worse and worse, and I'm even more disappointed. It's like, what? I don't understand.
So Baba just kind of plays into, you know, the whole what you have in mind of him. And he just says it's a habit because he's a playboy. I mean, he doesn't say he's a playboy, but you call him a playboy, but. And then you guys go to the lounge and everybody's up and ready waiting for y'all. And they're like, how's your sex life going? Because they have no lives.
They really don't. For being so rich, you think they'd have, like, a hobby.
I mean, when you're so rich, who needs hobbies?
Fair point.
But honestly, Baba just came to the lounge to come get his new hotel uniform. Yeah.
Hotel uniform?
And have all the little girlies compliment him. The gang. The gang are the girlies now.
Oh, we love that.
He just wanted them to compliment him on his uniform.
So why does he have a uniform for the hotel?
You're shocked and confused too. Wow. The one moment you're on the same.
Well, give me a minute, please. I beg you. I know he has a job for fun, but it's not at the hotel.
Yeah. But did you forget about the bracelets?
I did. Here's the thing. I swear I'm not as dumb as the MC. But sometimes she just sneaks into my brain and takes control like Plankton in SpongeBob. So anyways,
Yeah.
he wants to show the girlies his new uniform.
So Kenzai, the manager, assigns him to be trained. He assigns him to be trained by you for like the most part to everybody else. But I mean, like it's really just because you guys have to be together 24/7.
Yeah.
You're confused, and Isaac's like, "Why are you confused? You can't be apart."
Isaac, please give us a moment. I'm beg of you. But like, I think my problem was I just assumed she wasn't gonna go to work. Because that's what I would do. I would say screw work. I'm staying. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not risking any of it. You're giving me piggyback rides everywhere. You're strong enough.
I mean, common sense would tell you not to go to work, but
She doesn't have.
common sense is not common.
Right. Okay. So, Isaac, please give us a little grace. Please.
You tell Isaac to stop abusing his authority, but he's not really abusing his authority in this situation.
He's not. He's just saying, hey, do you want to die? Or do you want to just go to work peacefully? Because you're the one who wants to work.
Because, like, I would understand if he was, like, using his authority to, like, give you a higher position.
Yeah, and just...
But he literally just gave Baba a temporary job at his place.
And Baba likes work.
Because, I mean, he likes hanging out. Honestly, it's just, like, it's not abusing his authority. I mean, I guess it is, in a sense, but at the same time, Isaac's trying not to let you guys die.
Yeah, and it would be awful weird for some random guy to be within 5 feet of you at all times during the day.
Yeah, I mean, like, because as far as everybody else knows, he's just a, what's it called? A client, customer?
Mm-hmm.
He's just somebody who lives in the hotel. And if he has to follow you around all day, that's going to be weird.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the manager introduces Baba as a transfer from a foreign hotel learning about customer service in Japan. And Baba being Baba, he introduces himself like he's on a dating app. He gives him his name, his sign. He tells everybody that he's single and that he's ready to mingle. Yeah, that's how he introduces himself.
It makes me think of the you could take a player out the game, but you can't take the game out of the player.
Of course, Erica volunteers to work with him, but she doesn't recognize him. And then, that starts a chain reaction of everybody volunteering to work with Baba. And you realize Baba is popular and hot. I don't know how you didn't realize this beforehand, but this was your moment to realize that Baba is a popular person and that he's very liked. He has charisma.
Yeah.
But so as you guys are cleaning up, Baba is invading your personal space as always, but he is earnest and like wanting to learn how to like clean and like make beds and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, because he says it's going to help him become a better thief if he's like versatile and everything. And Baba finally says something about how mean and rude you are to him, and you just kind of ignore him and brush him off. And then Baba tells you he wants you to he wants to call you his mistress because you are technically his boss at the moment. Yeah.
So why would he call you his mistress?
Because you are his mistress. Instead of calling you master, mistress.
I thought of like someone you cheat on your wife with. That's the type of mistress I was thinking about. I was like, he's not married.
I mean, he doesn't. You're not a side hoe.
True.
Yeah. And you're surprised that Baba's taking this job seriously, but he does accidentally knock over the shower faucet, and it causes you to get soaked. And yeah, then Baba jokes about your shirt being see-through. You complain about finishing work, and that's when Baba tells you that, yeah, that can't work. You gotta finish on time, because I gotta go somewhere tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And you get mad that he has plans on the first day of work.
He's not actually...
Yeah. You're acting like he didn't have these plans well before y'all were cuffed together.
Exactly. It's not like he just up and decided to make those plans this morning.
Yeah. So episode 5, that night, Baba takes you to a bar for one of his girl's birthday party because he promised that he would bring the girl flowers. Turns out, that girl left and got a boyfriend while leading Baba on.
Why is Baba taking all these L's? It's not fair.
Baba knew he was being led on, but he wasn't going to call her out, and he's okay with being used by women. He said that's his job.
Let me not get all sad for a fictional character, but he deserves so much better.
You're surprised because you thought Baba was a playboy who used and tossed women aside when he was done with them. Don't know why. Even though it's like been proven time to time again that he has never been the one to break up with any of these girls. Even in the prologue, he was the one being broken up with, not him breaking up with them.
It's like he's a good luck charm for the other women.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't understand how you think that he's the one using and abusing women, but you know, whatever. That's on you. The workers think that you and Baba are dating, but then remember, Baba doesn't have a steady relationship because he can't forget someone in his past. Good old Cynthia. Yay. The girls tell you that Baba was seriously in love with her and it's the reason for his commitment issues. Baba also the women also tell him secrets about like other customers that come in while you're sitting here wondering why do they even like him. I mean, it's obvious why they like him. He's a good guy, he's a decent person, but like whatever. Mm-hmm. You gotta pee, but you're embarrassed to say it, so Baba ends up having to get up and grab you and leave, making a joke about how you guys are going somewhere and it's a secret as like where you're going to cover for you because you were too embarrassed to tell him that you have to go pee.
He's too sweet.
Baba chastises you for not speaking up about like having to pee, and you finally realize Baba's a good guy, and you understand a little as to why girls like him. Yeah. Just a little bit. You understand just a little bit why girls like him.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you gotta work with Baba at the convenience store, and you nearly yell out at the convenience store that he's a thief, and you're like, why are you working here? You're a thief. Yeah. While on his shift at that.
For someone so gung-ho about work, you'd think she'd be a little more considerate.
And then you ask him, why are you working at the convenience store with him? And he's like, I had to work at the hotel with you, so now you have to work at the convenience store with me. Yeah.
Maybe she needs a brain transplant. I think a cadaver brain would work just as well. No, it would work way better than the one she has now.
And then Baba also tells you that, like, fortune telling decides his whole life. Fortune telling decides his mission days, the days of the auctions, and they're just like a part of his livelihood. And you realize that working at a convenience store is a lot of work. Yeah, that was like, that was the epiphany for you, that working at a convenience store is a lot of work to do.
Not that the man you're trying to get with is superstitious.
And then some punks try to fight you over some cigarettes. And then Baba nearly breaks their arms.
Huh?
It ain't that serious. Cigarettes aren't that serious. I mean, it's an addiction. I guess it is that serious for you, but you know, it's not that serious. Yeah. You're still calling him a playboy, but you want to know the real Baba.
Ew.
Yeah. Ota's still making jokes about your life, and you're complaining about having to work on your days off. Turns out the gang is just as they're still curious about your non-existent sex life. And Baba's like, that is none of y'all's business. And you yell at him to stop giving them the wrong idea. I mean, I would rather Baba give them the wrong idea and them stop talking about it than it being constantly brought up.
Exactly.
But, you know, whatever. Mm. So, the guys don't believe nothing happened. Even Thor's over here thinking like, y'all were get down and busy on the daily.
Not the daily. Not the daily.
Yeah, you're pleading your case, Baba teases you, and then everybody starts to realize, so nothing did happen between you guys. And that Baba has not touched you. And even you are surprised, even though, I mean, you're the one living with him, but whatever. Mm-hmm. And then Baba takes you to the hotel basement parking garage, and you're watching him do a trade-off with the orphanage painting.
Okay.
Episode 6. You're still thinking about the trade-off while Baba's in the shower, and Ota just kind of bursts into the room and starts laughing at the both of y'all.
Go paint a painting. Do something else. What?
You, of course, get mad at Ota because you're like, what if I had been in the shower? And he's like, I would have been lucky if you were in the shower. And then he sits down with you and waits for Baba to get out the shower. This is also, Baba does not get any better. Baba just ruins himself even more. You think he gets a little bit better, and then he just digs himself a
Oh, you mean
grave
Ota?
deeper and deeper. Oh, yeah. That's who I'm talking about. Ota does not get any better.
He just keeps getting
Not Baba.
progressively worse.
Baba's great.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Ota does tell you that Baba returned the painting to the owner, and that's something that Baba does a lot. He's a good person, and this is nothing new. He has like Robin Hood principles, and you continue on about how you thought he was a womanizing criminal. Yeah. Ota asks you if you have feelings for Baba, and then Ota starts flirting with you. Yeah. And it's in Baba fashion where he's just basically harassing you like the creep he is.
Yeah.
And that's when Baba gets out of the shower and hugs you from behind.
Naked?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, he just got out the shower. Because, I mean, you can't be more than 5 feet away.
Mhm.
So it's not like he had time to go put on clothes in order to stop you before you got sexually harassed.
Dang.
Yeah. So Baba jokes about you cheating and brings up the bracelets. Ota reminds him that those bracelets aren't there by choice, and Baba acts like y'all are about to go fucked. And, to get Ota off your back, basically. It's very awkward when he's like actually naked and doing this, but that is what's
But
happening.
if it works.
The ironic thing is about this, you're closer in age to Ota than Baba.
I still prefer Baba.
Because you have someone who's 24 and then someone who's 35.
Yeah.
And the one we prefer is the 35-year-old over here.
I mean, if he's better, he's just better.
I mean, Ota's a horrible person. Let's be for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even in his own gives you the ick, but
he's just not a good.
It is what it is.
Yeah. My gosh, I'm losing my voice.
So Baba takes you out to a party, and you're like asking why you're dressed as a rich lady, and he's a butler. As you probably already know, this is for his butler fantasies.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Ota made the dress not to interrupt your bracelet signals. Mr. Igarashi is the house owner and the dude from the last party who pointed out that Baba was right about the counterfeit. So you find out there's rumors about Mr. Igarashi as one of the guests flirts with you and tries to take you to a secondary location. You get flirted with some random dude. That random dude's trying to take you to a secondary location. You're like, no, I don't want to go to the secondary location.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The only thing that goes in my mind is the John Mulaney.
That's what was going on
bit.
in my mind.
Reading that whole thing, I was like, secondary location, no, not me. You're not gonna kidnap me. Yeah. So that dude's trying to take you to a secondary location. Baba steps in and drags you away, and then explains that Mr. Igarashi is connected to the art gallery that you guys almost, went to jail in. But most of his art is inside the house. It's not actually at the art gallery. Which is already a red flag. Because he keeps most of the art. Baba apologizes for taking you to scope out the place because he's trying to figure out the layout of the place. And it's safer for you to actually be in the ballroom, but the 5 feet thing.
Yeah.
You guys are caught by a bodyguard and you trip and start pretending like you're sick, and Baba plays along. And for some reason you think it's a stretch to be sickly and rich, even though that's the most played out trope ever, but whatever. While in Baba's mind, he's worried. He's worried that you're about to expose him to the guard, about you're going to expose him and the auctions. So he tries to plan an escape route to force you to run away with him. But he's surprised when you do cover for him, actually. Yeah. He thought you were, I probably would have thought the same thing too. You have not shown to be reliable at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the bodyguard starts to show you to the lounge, but then he asks you for your name. You end up tripping up on your words, and he's like, "You don't know your own name?" And starts to get suspicious of you guys. Baba takes you into his arms and jumps from a window. Yeah. And then Baba is climbing up a wire on the wall with you in one hand and the rope in the other, and watches as the bodyguard searches for you guys in the garden. Yeah. Okay, this is where you start questioning his strength. Because you're like, why is this man so strong?
Yeah.
This man is a tall, skinny man. Why is he able to carry me, himself, and climb a building.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. I'm like, how are you this strong? Where is all this muscle coming from?
He's got the maddest sleeper build ever.
I mean, for real. So, yeah, you guys are watching the guards look for you guys in the garden, and then you guys start like scaling buildings and running across the building of the mansion. You acknowledge that his work is harder because of you, but because of the security, because of the security being like so heavy, Baba's like, you actually helped being there, and then y'all run off into the sunset. Not really, but yeah, while running, because you end up running in the forest. This is episode 7, by the way. Oops. You trip on a tree branch, but Baba catches you before you fall and like kill you guys both. It just makes me laugh that I have to keep mentioning that every time you almost fall, every time you like move,
Oh yeah.
it's a
My bad. I forgot.
it's a near death sentence. Yeah. A near death sentence every time you do anything. Yeah, so Baba's like, I'm gonna just hold your hand so we don't die. Baba asks you why you covered for him instead of like running and telling everybody like what happened. And you're like, I don't see you as a bad guy. And that you misjudged him.
How sweet.
Yeah. And then Baba's over here like, you shouldn't fall for a guy like me, and he's relieved that you don't love him because he'll make you cry. When a guy tells you that, listen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's very weird. I mean, I understand why he's saying it because it has to do with like his first love, but whatever.
Mm.
And I mean, like, he was being playful about it, but he was being very, in his mind, he's very serious about like, don't fall in love with him, because he's like, I'll hurt you, like he hurt Cynthia, his ex, and that's when he decides that he's going to distance himself from you.
With the 5 feet proximity. Sure, bud.
Yeah, after you guys get the bracelets off, he's like, I'm going to distance myself from you. And that is like when he like officially realizes that he's like falling in love with you, but he thinks he's not good for you and wants to savor your remaining time together.
Oh. MC doesn't deserve
Even
Baba.
though, huh? Yeah, no. But while you guys are still walking, Mamoru calls you guys and tells you that he might have found a way to get the bracelets off.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
I hope you don't have my feet. Because the bracelet was made by a scientist friend of Ayase's, and the bracelet that you guys are wearing is a prototype, a failed prototype at that, and it has a biometric lock that uses his big toe on his right foot instead of fingerprints.
I can do a lot of things. I would just blow us up. I would just blow. Feet are one thing I cannot do. I would blow us up. I would be like, you know what? Ayanara, thanks, bud.
So, Mamoru's department has been hectic due to like an increase of missing children, and even Ota knows like one of the missing kids.
Why does Ota know a random missing kid?
Because they were in a contest with him for like paintings. The kid won first place, he got second place. I don't understand why he would be in the same contest as a child, but you know, whatever. Especially since he's a professional artist. Why is he in the same contest as a child? And like, so Isaac suggests that you seduce Ayase to steal his footprints. Baba's like, no. And Isaac's like, but you guys haven't even gotten to first base. It should be fine for you to just steal his toe print. Oh god.
What does he think?
No.
What does he think happens during seducing and freaky time? Because I guarantee you, feet should not be involved. They should not. They should not. I'm not here to cast judgment on anyone. You know what? If you like feet, that's good for you. But me personally, no.
Isaac's plan was that you seduce him, sleep with him, and then get him a toe print while he's sleeping.
What's Baba gonna be doing?
No.
He's gonna be hiding him. I don't understand. No.
The real plan is Baba has Ota make a Mamoru mask, and 3 days later, you guys go to the police station pretending to be cops. And like, Baba's relieved you're not into Mamoru. Don't know when you ever expressed that you were into him. He's relieved you're not.
Yippee.
I mean, Mamoru has never done anything to like make you interested. He's literally man is your ops. Man does not care. But yeah, so Baba does an impression of Mamoru, and Baba has you spill boiling hot coffee on Ayase's foot. So Ayase will have to take off his shoe, and Baba starts like wiping down his foot with the handkerchief, despite the coffee stain being on his leg, and then y'all leave.
No, thank you. No.
I mean, it's a smart way to have a biometric, but at the same time, yeah, I would never do it just because I don't want anybody touching my feet like that. But and then in order to get those cuffs off, I would have to put my feet on the cuff link. No, ew, yeah. So a day goes by, you guys are free, and Mamoru is annoyed that you impersonated him without his permission because it might get brought up in conversation. The whole, patting down Ayase's foot with a handkerchief. So, Baba threw a pool party to celebrate, and everybody reminisces and tells Baba he can start pouring himself out again. And you're conflicted. Episode 8! Do I have anything for, yeah, okay. No, because the next point of view starts with this date. But yeah, episode 8. You're still staying with Baba despite, being free, and you're concerned you'll do more bad things if you keep hanging out with Baba. Yeah.
Okay.
Cry me a river. You overhear not Baba, but you overhear Ota dumping a girl. Like, you go outside the door, Ota's like straight up dumping this girl inside of his room. They're that loud. And he's just like, I'm bored of you. Leave. Get out. Yeah.
Ooh.
Homegirl was about to hit Ota, but Ota murdered that woman with words. Basically, Ota is what you thought Baba was.
Oh.
And Ota's like, shouldn't you be used to this? Doesn't Baba do it all the time? And you're like, I've never seen Baba do this a day in my life. What do you mean? And you start defending Baba like hell. And Ota's like, I guess that's the bare minimum he could do for putting you in the situation that he did. And he's a gentleman overall. Don't overthink this. And then you also tell Ota that Baba's been coming home early and no longer calls any woman. And Ota's like, this is interesting. He doesn't call any of the women he used to call again. He comes home early every night. Super interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, you end up seeing Baba with the woman later on that day, and you get upset and you ask to stay in the dorms for the night. Mind you, that woman was in a business suit. Just, you don't ask questions. You never ask questions around here.
Don't ask for clarification. Don't communicate.
Yeah. In the middle of the night, Baba comes to the dorms and checks on you. And, he claims he was celebrating a woman's birthday. You get jealous, and he tells you he only gave the woman flowers and left. So, while he was on that date, too, for the birthday, he kind of felt empty and uncomfortable just being with the woman.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't you. And his taste of women have changed, and you're ideal girl. And now he compares other girls to you. And also, while he was on that date, he accidentally called the girl your name.
Dang.
Because he was worried you were jealous.
Dang.
And then, not only that, he tried to claim you were his niece. Mm-hmm.
To cover up for calling her his...
Yeah.
Baba, what are you...
The woman ends up throwing the bouquet back at him and then leaves him. And so Baba ends up running into Ota and Aizu. And Baba tries to give Ota the crumbled up flowers. And Ota's offended.
He's over here like, I am not worth this convenience store bouquet.
He's like, are you trying to give me these flowers that you tried to give to another girl and that she threw back at you?
Like, give me my own. What are you doing?
And Baba's like, Baba's over here like, what is wrong with me? I can't even treat Ota right today.
That's what that screenshot was from. Wow.
The context is just great, isn't it?
It is. It's funny without context. It's funnier with context.
I love sending them to you out of context, and then when you learn the context, it just
the light bulb clicks. Like, you set the light bulb in there, but you don't turn it on yet. It's like a little teaser.
And then Ota's the one who straight up tells Baba that he calls girls when it's convenient for him. And Baba kind of gets a reality check on like how the way he acts. And Isaac, the one person who can't tell his own relationship and feelings, could tell Baba was in love, but won't tell Baba. That's the problem with Isaac. Isaac can like tell everybody else's relationship, but can't tell his own.
He needs to pay more attention to himself.
I mean, Isaac spends all his time just like gossiping about other people's love lives, and so whatever.
And whether or not they're having sex.
Yeah. So, yeah, Baba also tells you he couldn't find it in him to like sleep with the girl, and he thinks that the lunar cycle is responsible. And you're surprised that he said no to sleeping with a woman. Yeah.
Okay.
So then Baba takes you to a rooftop where you can see the whole city. That was where he would go after like stealing. But he didn't go when you guys were handcuffed because he doesn't take anybody there. And he doesn't want to share that place with people. That's his reset button. And it's a night of first for him. The first time he's ever said no to a woman. The first time he ever took you there. The first time he's ever just like...
The first time he didn't treat Ota right. That poor man is suffering.
Suffering because of you. So then Baba asks you to come back to the penthouse with him, but he understands if you don't want to. And then he also says that he'll stop you and keep asking you to come home with him, though. You tell him you're going back to the penthouse. Episode 9. So I didn't joke or tease you the whole way back to the penthouse. That man got in the shower and went straight to bed. Yeah. He does tell you that the rooftop is like a reset button, and that he started as a thief 10 years ago because there was a thief that saved his life, and that was his idol. And then he tells you how he met Isaac, which was like several years later. Baba broke into Isaac's house because he mixed up the houses that he was like breaking into. He mixed up mansions. I don't know how you mix up mansions, but
I don't know.
He mixed up mansions. And then he straight up told Isaac, I broke into the wrong house, man. Didn't mean to break into your house. Isaac thought it was amusing. He was like, this is the funniest thing ever.
Isaac is just like you for real.
I mean, I guess if I was rich and I caught someone breaking into my house and he was like, I got the wrong house, man, I would probably find that shit funny too. And that's how Baba and Isaac became friends.
Besties for life.
I can't believe Baba pulled a have you seen X-Men First Class? Never mind, you won't understand the reference then.
The people listening must.
I mean, of course they know the scene. It's like one of the first scenes in the movie, because little baby Raven, little baby Mystique, breaks into Charles Xavier's house to steal some food, and he's like, "Why are you stealing?" She's like, "I'm hungry," and then he offers her to live with them forever and be family.
Okay, that's a normal family dynamic.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because she was pretending to be his mom at first, and he's like, "My mom doesn't give me chocolate." I can't remember if it was chocolate or not, or hot chocolate.
Okay.
Something like that. Baba admits that Isaac and the gang are his friends, and then this is the moment you decide that you're gonna ask him about his past love life. And Baba gets all defensive and deflects. Then he tells you about the real next mission in 3 days, and that he's doing it alone now. He's not taking you with him.
I'm offended.
You end up convincing Baba to let you come along. Is like, weren't you the one who didn't want to go on missions in the first place?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you convince him to let you come along, and you just wait outside. And Baba makes you promise to do exactly as he says. Which, I mean, you're not going to do exactly what he says, but whatever. 3 days later, you're waiting in the garden. Baba ends up tripping the alarm because he's worried about you, and you're caught immediately because you didn't run when you were supposed to run. He told you to run, you didn't run, you were too busy worried about Baba. You get taken to the mansion and interrogated, tied up and gagged.
Kinky.
Ooh, yay, sorry. What fun. And Baba, like that whole time, he's just like, he feels so bad for taking you on the mission. He has so much self-loathing and guilt. It's just crazy.
It really is. Like, no matter what he does, he's like, I'm a terrible person.
It makes me I just want to be like, I just want to hit that man. hit him with the hardback book. No, hit him with the phone book because it doesn't leave bruises.
Not you quoting John Mulaney twice in one episode.
I don't support John Mulaney, okay? Before I did support him, I don't support him anymore. He's a terrible person. But he does make some funny jokes.
Yeah, he was a funny guy. Funny guy.
Yeah, he was. I watched these specials before the Dave Chappelle stuff.
Mm-hmm. I watched these specials back in COVID, okay?
So, of course, Baba comes through the ceiling, and when the guys leave, frees you, and Baba is mad that you were worried about him. Like, he goes off on you for, like, not telling them everything about him and just letting yourself be gagged and tied up. He's like, why would you do that?
Why would you... Hold up. Why would you trip the alarm being worried about me? Just saying. Don't call me out. Call yourself out.
So the mission ends in a failure, and Baba is like taking you on a silent walk back to the hotel.
Oh, not the silent treatment.
Yeah. You're over there. You're behind him, just over here dying as you guys are walking through the woods because you're that out of shape.
Well, I thought you meant dying as in laughing, and I was like, that's shallow.
Oh, no.
That's so shallow.
No, you're dying because, I mean, you're out of shape.
No, I don't get it. How is he so strong and you're just so out of shape?
And the thing is, you guys are not even running away, you're walking. Basically, this is a hike.
I love hike.
I mean, I don't understand how you are like dying, but you are dying. So later on, he does apologize for getting mad, but was upset you protected him when they interrogated you. And then man starts listing all his faults, like how he's a terrible person, how he's a womanizer, how like he's going to hurt you, how he's a criminal.
The self-sabotage is so real.
Yeah. And then he's like, I don't deserve your protection. Cuts you off and then takes you to your dorm. He's like, deuces, bye.
The nerve.
He does this because he recognizes that you and him are in love. And he wants to cut you off because he's a thief and he regrets being with you for so long.
Come on, Baba.
Yeah.
Between you and Soru, I don't know how much I can be frustrated.
And you've paid off your $20 million debt. $20 million debt. And you feel like Baba's dumping you.
Because he is!
I mean, he is basically dumping you. And Baba doesn't do that. Baba doesn't dump people.
I'm not here for it.
He gets dumped.
I'm not here for it.
Episode 10.
Woo.
Ota calls you to the penthouse because Baba never came home. And Ota's only worried because the mission was like on the news. And Igarashi made a statement saying he was going to catch Baba. So everyone's like kind of a little worried about Baba. And then, because they're like, is this man okay? Are you guys okay? Is everything good? Then Baba shows up, and even though like they're joking about him being like with the woman, they are relieved he's like there. He's like alive, not dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then Baba starts joking about having his picture in the paper and orders Ota to draw him, but you're still worried about everything. And Baba's like refusing to make eye contact with you. Like everybody knows this. Everybody knows how Cody's being towards you, and he's just like not really jiving with you. That's such an old word. He's not really jiving with you.
He's not jiving. It's just not... The jive is not there.
And then Isaac's the one who has to call Baba out on how cold he's being to you after he got challenged. And Baba's like, y'all aren't really my friends, but you guys do have your friend moment. Yeah.
What is that supposed to mean?
Baba of all people is over here like, you guys aren't my friends, but you guys have your moments of being like friends.
I do not understand that, man.
So, a few days later, Chisato reminds you that Baba disappeared, and Sekio tells you that Lupin threatened Igarashi, and even told Igarashi the day that he would be breaking into his house. Yep, you take a magazine and end up running to Baba's room, and he has a girl in the room. The same woman. And you immediately assume that they slept together and you were stupid for caring.
Mm-hmm.
You run out on Baba while calling him a womanizer. Baba chases after you as you're crying, as you're guilt-tripping him. He pulls you close and kisses you. You slap Baba. And he apologizes to you, and you start chastising him and claiming he disregards people's feelings. And you also claim it's not normal stealing things, living in a penthouse, all the different world BS. And then you call him a womanizing thief, which Baba was hurt by, and you leave. Yeah.
MC drives me insane.
I will admit kissing you.
Huh?
Baba was wrong for kissing. I said, I will admit Baba was wrong for kissing you.
Yeah.
But all the rest of that was on you.
Yeah. That was not the solution. Grabbing you would have made the same effect.
Yeah, kissing you was not the solution. But I mean, like, he also explains it as like him being overrun with emotions for you, and that like it was just like gushing out. That's how he explains it. But I mean, like, it was wrong. But still, majority of that is your fault because you came to the assumption that he was just sleeping around and all this other stuff. So episode 11.
Yay!
You go out drinking with the girls later.
Slay.
And you're going around telling everybody that Baba forced a kiss on you.
Which he did, but like, why are you going around and just telling everyone?
For sympathy points.
But they all think he's hot.
I mean, it did get your friends to like turn on him. Good friends.
Yeah.
They've always been good friends, but you know, there is a lot of context missing when you say that, though.
Yeah, there is.
We're also apologizing for him because we also know his point of view.
True.
We're apologetic because we know his side of the story, and we're more biased towards him than MC.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sakio starts gossiping about how she walked in on a guest while you're thinking about how Baba pushed you away and told you guys you shouldn't hang, and then kissed you. You're also focused on the businesswoman he was with before kissing you, because, I mean, you're suddenly focused on it now. Afterward, the girls ask you, what's up, because you're spacing out and you seem depressed. Chisato guessed that it was about Baba, and then Sakio brought up dating to mention that, like, Baba has feelings for you, which you deny that he has ever had feelings for you.
Of course.
Like, he did not just kiss you, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They asked if you confessed. Then you say no. You said no, that he didn't confess, and then you tell them that he did kiss you. And you rephrase it. No, you say he kissed you, and then you rephrase and said he forced a kiss on you. Yeah. That was my problem. That was like my biggest problem with this, how you end up rephrasing and said, oh, it wasn't a kiss. He forced himself on me. I don't like that part.
I don't either. It just sits wrong.
Because it implies that you wanted to be kissed, but then since you're mad at him, you're going to lie and say you didn't want to, it wasn't consensual. Because that's what it implies. But yeah. And then you go into all the details, like excluding, you know, the auctions and stuff. And then you shit on his character. And you make everybody else think he's like a shitty person too. Yeah.
At that point, you're the shitty person.
Chisato starts to call you out on the fact that you do love him, but Ayase is the one to interrupt you guys and say, you don't understand men. Because he happens to be at the bar too. Drinking away his feelings. Ayase, once he like gets involved in the conversation, he recognizes you recognize him. As soon as he sees your face, he's like, oh, it's you. He also screams too, but you know. The girls think he's suspicious, and they're like, should we call the police?
Dang.
I mean, he is a police.
Exactly.
And then Ayase is trying to drag you off without explaining anything. So, which nearly gets him in trouble because, I mean, like, they're like, leave our friend alone. So you end up having to explain that you know him, and then you go off to talk to Ayase. Ayase questions who you are, and you made up a lie saying that you didn't know that Baba was a thief, and Ayase says that he'll let it slide because Baba doesn't have a record of having a partner. Yeah. You get off scot-free anyways, because Ayase is a nice dude. It seems like everybody's a nice dude except you. I mean, you're not a dude, but...
Literally. Everyone is on, like, their best behavior outside of Ota. Everyone's on their best behavior.
except you.
Literally.
Ayase tells you that if a woman is important to a man, he ends up getting clumsier and clumsier, and it's double for men like Baba. And Ayase acknowledges that Baba's a playboy. He also acknowledges that Baba gets scared when things are like super serious because of his past, which is fucking stupid. So, in Baba's past, Baba fell in love with a woman whose house he broke into. They hit it off immediately, and it was the first time Baba had ever fallen in love, but they couldn't be together due to Baba's occupation as a thief, and he left her. And then hurting the woman he loved traumatized him, so he doesn't get close to women and is scared to love one woman. That's the backstory. You stop feeling sad about it in season 2. I mean, not season 2, but in the sequel. Because that woman is just there, and you're like, I don't like you. I mean, I would like her better if she was like a terrible person, but she's not a terrible person.
Because then you could at least say that Baba dodged a bullet.
I love a good story where the ex comes back and causes trouble, but she doesn't even do that.
She's just there.
Like, the whole storyline ends up, like, the reveal is half the storyline is about her, and I'm just here like, I hate it. I hate it. You're supposed to be mine, not hers. Just, get this woman out of my face. You also find out that she's Italian. I mean, her name's Cynthia, so, I mean, it's not like she's going to be from Japan.
Yeah.
So, you're slightly weirded out that Ayase knows all this, and he swears that it's just for the investigation. He's not just Baba's stalker. He is, but, you know.
I think being a detective is just a cover for him. It's so he can just stalk whoever he wants.
Turns out Ayase was waiting for Mamoru. Mamoru, Ayase is suspicious on how you know Mamoru, and thinks, he thinks that Mamoru is sleeping with you.
Why does everyone think okay. I think Mamoru would rather eat slugs than try to sleep with you.
I find it funny, just because, like, Baba's story is just full of everybody thinking everybody slept with each other.
It's fitting, though.
It is
considering
very fitting.
He's the one in all the other stories that randomly pops up and is like, y'all fuck you?
But the thing is, in his own story, he won't sleep with you. Yeah. Mamoru explains that you guys, like, worked together for an investigation at the hotel. And, yeah, you know, Ayase's like, oh, it doesn't sound right. And then he demands you all drink together. So you all drink together. And, you know, Sakiko asks about,
So man is just in love with our man. That's what I'm getting.
That's where I think I sent you those screenshots too. Yeah, where he was like, I don't hold a candle to him. Yeah.
He was trying to be all slick with it. He was trying to be like, if I outright say he's hot, I'll be called gay. But
Actually, that does come up later.
Oh my god.
That accusation does come up later.
Oh no.
So, the whole group asked if about the challenge that Baba had placed, if it was happening tonight, and Ayase starts throwing a tantrum because that's also the reason he's drinking, because he wasn't invited to go catch Baba. And then Ayase accidentally mentions that Igarashi might have hired a hitman to kill Baba, and you and Mamoru start having to ask questions. You're like, what you mean? What you mean about a hitman?
Literally, though.
You run off to go find Baba since he wasn't at the penthouse, and then you, like an idiot, go to Igarashi's mansion. You immediately get kidnapped, and then you immediately get kidnapped, and they drag you off, but luckily Baba's there, in disguise. He's the one who gets you. Baba lets you say your piece about how you were worried about him, and then he chastises you for coming to get him, and he's angry. Like, he's super pissed off that you came. Like, I would be pissed off that you came too, because why did you come? What were you going to do?
Exactly. You're so out of shape, and the first thing you do is go to try and save your man from a hitman. It's a hitman!
So you tell him about the hitman, and he tells you that he's not abandoning this job, or the way that he lives as a thief. He's not going to change how he lives.
Slay.
Helping you got Baba caught, and you end up running to a cliff when Igarashi swears he'll let you go if Baba surrenders. And then Igarashi shoots his ass. He shoots Baba, and Baba falls off a cliff.
Oh,
And they still take you anyways.
I don't care about you. What happened to Baba?
So, Baba did fall off the ledge, and he lost consciousness, but he immediately regained it when he heard your screams from the cliff. I mean, he got grazed by a bullet too, and he didn't die. Luckily, died.
Thank God. Oh my gosh, I would have been so sad.
But he kept going in and out of consciousness because, man fell off a cliff.
Yeah. That superhuman strength can only get him so far.
So then, he does end up climbing up the cliff because he accepts that he can't decide if he makes you happy or not, but he will protect you with his life. So episode 12. Obviously, you weren't going to be let go after, Igarashi killed Baba.
Mm.
So, Igarashi, a few hours later, takes you to one of his private rooms and starts questioning you. And then the man pins you on the bed when you don't talk. And y'all are thankfully interrupted by a knock on the door because someone was asking about the kids.
The kids?
Yeah. So you're trying to escape, and Baba's there sitting on the balcony, and he tells you if you call for him, he'll always come for you. The bullet grazed him, and he pretended to fall off the cliff, but I mean, man he was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys are getting out, he takes you to another part of the mansion where all the missing children from before that Mamoru was talking about earlier, yeah, they're in this house. All the missing children are here.
Hello?
After you guys leave, he takes you up to another part of the castle, not the castle, but mansion, to an attic-ish part where all the missing children are being held. From earlier? Yeah. They're all being held in this
why
little
did that
attic.
make me think of the thing you told me, that movie with the attic?
Don't remind me of Flowers in the Attic. I don't need that trauma.
I'm so sorry.
I don't need that kind of trauma in my life.
That's where my brain went. Why? So he's been taking the children.
It's not that kind of situation. Luckily. Yes, luckily it's not that kind of situation. I would prefer it not to be that kind of situation where all these children are sleeping with each other and related.
No, I wasn't talking like that.
We don't need another VC Andrews type.
No. So was he gonna frame Baba?
No. All the children are being used. Hold on. Okay, so all the children are being used to make counterfeit paintings. Because all the children are artists.
This bitch.
Yeah, that's why he stole the child that beat Baba in the contest.
You mean Ota?
Yeah, Ota. Damn. Everybody's Baba today.
Everyone. Wow.
We talk about Baba so much in everybody else's stories, so everybody becoming Baba is just it was bound to happen.
Yeah. It's just fitting that it's in Baba's story that it happens.
True. So all the children are being forced to make counterfeit paintings to sell in the black market. Yep. Igarashi catches you all in the attic, and he's about to shoot y'all again because he's like, I'm gonna make sure you die for real this time. And then a helicopter comes out, and Soru's he's riding on the little rope thingy, the rope ladder, with a gun in his hand.
He's living his die-hard fantasies.
Ota is flying the helicopter, and the rest are there too. The rest are in the helicopter too. Yeah. Mind you, Isaac's family logo is big as day on the helicopter.
Rich people, man.
And then Ayase shows up and arrests Igarashi, and he's confused as how... Wait, no, I was right. So Ayase's confused as how Baba was alive as well because he heard that Baba was dead too.
That fast?
Yeah, I guess. Word travels quick. Mind you, it's the same night.
Word really does travel fast. Oh my gosh.
I mean, the thing is, Mamoru ran out after you ran out, so Ayase booked it to the place.
I guess that makes sense.
I mean, I think all the rich people will probably live in one area in Tokyo, but
At least
I wouldn't assume that they would live like a whole hour and well, probably an hour and 30 minutes. I wouldn't assume that they would live like 6-hour drive away.
Mm-hmm.
So Ayase tries to arrest Baba again, and Baba jumps out the window with you and onto the helicopter rope ladder.
Woo!
Yeah, Ayase screams in desperation for Baba to come back, and man even hangs himself out the window to try to get Baba, and he has to be held back from falling out the window.
Man is desperate.
So, the good ending, which is the ending I got, which means I was never meant to be with Baba in the first place. I take the good ending as if it's a bad ending.
I've realized.
And I don't even know. I've gotten good endings. Have I gotten good endings for most of them?
I don't know.
I don't even remember.
think you preferred the good ending for Soru over the other.
I think I got the happy ending, but I preferred
Yeah.
the good ending.
That's the only one I remember because it was different from the rest.
So for the good ending, you and Baba were having a moment when Ota's loud ass starts talking about how fun it was to like go on that little heist and how he's never driven a helicopter before. You're surprised Ota doesn't have a pilot license.
I'm surprised y'all didn't die.
I'm surprised Isaac got into the plane.
Honestly.
The fact that everybody got on this plane, I forgot to tell you that while you guys were while they were in the helicopter, Ota was poking his head out of the window, and Mamoru was like, "Put your head back in the window. You're flying the plane. Stop showing. Everybody doesn't need to know we're here." We're supposed to be incognito.
You put the man with the biggest dramatics in the driver's seat and expected to go incognito. When you have the family emblem on the side of the copter.
I mean, yeah. So, Mamoru had called everyone after you left the bar, and Isaac figured Baba was trying to save the children, considering all the trouble he was having, like getting into the house and, stealing whatever he was stealing, which was the children. And then Mamoru was like, "We were useless. What was the point of us coming when Ayase was there? Ayase stormed in and, did everything, so what was the point of us coming?"
Nah, for real though.
Man was really salty that he had to do something.
He was like, I could be at home. I could be reading a good book right now. Or smoking a cigarette. Instead of out here with all y'all crazy. We love a good hermit.
And then Baba gets clowned for him, he said this out loud. He was like, "I stole what I wanted the most while looking at you." And he got clowned for saying that. As he should.
Corniest stuff I've ever heard.
So, Soru asked if Mamoru is going to help with the kidnapping case, and Mamoru was like, "That's not my problem. That's not my job."
Dang.
And then Soru was like, "That's not Ayase's job either." Mamoru was like, "Okay, and?" What am I supposed to do? So, the gang goes to have a party after all that because, they just want a party. They don't need a reason. They will make up a reason to have a party. And Baba takes you to the auction hall instead and asks for your forgiveness. But he saw the job as something he needed to do and that he couldn't back down from it because he saw himself in the kids.
So he just introduced a bunch of kids to thievery.
Because once upon a time, he was an orphan in an orphanage, and the orphanage got shut down, and he was taken in by a rich man, and he was held captive and, forced to work in the fields like a slave. Yeah.
I'm glad my man Baba was freed. Sorry.
He was sinking weight in the water.
Based on my skin tone, I don't have a right to laugh at that.
I mean, he doesn't either.
And you killed me. If I die. Gosh. Anyways, he was a slave once upon a time.
Baba claims that's from that experience, but seeing you in a birdcage felt personal to him because of that. It's not funny.
It's really not.
The stairway to hell.
It's not a stairway, it's a slide.
We're going to hell.
100%.
He may be a fictional character, but we are still laughing.
We're laughing about fictional slavery.
So Baba tells you he's not gonna change, and he will cause you more trouble if you guys stay together. And but he does need you, and he loves you. And then Baba asks you for permission to kiss you again after you tell him you love him, because he regrets ignoring your feelings. Which, man hasn't ignored your feelings, like, at all, really, except when it came to, like, stealing.
Which he said from the jump he wasn't gonna stop.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, if you take the kiss in consideration, but you've already made it clear that you didn't hate the kiss and it wasn't not consensual, even though you keep going around saying, I kissed him. Wait, no, I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's really weird. It's a really weird. I will never get over that, but, Yeah. So Baba takes you back to his room, but tells you he doesn't want to, like, rush anything, and respects your feelings, and you guys end up falling asleep before you could do anything. And you wake up embarrassed that you fell asleep on him, and Baba asks you if you, like, want to have morning sex to make
I was
up.
about to say, this might be the only storyline where y'all don't fuck.
And then Ota comes in.
Why do I gotta jinx things, man?
Ota comes in and then asks you for a threesome. And Baba's like, no, absolutely not.
Just hypothetically, the problem would be gone.
I mean, he's even yelling at Ota that you belong to him. And turns out Ota was joking.
Not a funny joke, but haha.
And Baba's like, okay, I'm gonna just lock my door next time.
You should have locked it in the first.
So y'all end up going out to the lounge instead of, staying in the room. And Ota, Zook jokes about opening up a bottle because y'all finally fucked. It did happen.
It did?
And Ota's over here. No. It didn't happen. Ota's over here acting like he witnessed it and he saw everything. Now, everybody thinks you're into threesomes.
Y'all didn't even.
Because Ota's over here like, I saw it. I saw them.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
I've been let down. I've been lied to. I've been hurt. I don't know how to feel.
Isaac asks you what you're into, and then Baba steps in, and Soru's like, it's been forever since Baba has had a girl up here. You get confused because you're like, what do you mean it's been forever? Turns out Baba didn't bring girls up here when you went back to the dorms, and the woman you saw was there for work to help Baba set up a fund for the orphanage. Shocker.
He's too sweet.
Memoru asks why young people are obsessed with sex, and then Aizu are like, turns out you guys haven't slept together. And now they want to see how long Baba can hold out. And Ota bets 100,000 that he doesn't last a week.
Dang, no faith.
Memoru says 3 days, and Baba kind of just laughs it all off. None of them have any faith. The happy ending.
Oh, yeah, the happy ending.
After you land, you're tending to Baba's shot wound, and everyone else is like watching, like it's floor play.
Watching porn. Over here, like, wait, hold on. Ota from the front.
Yeah. So then Baba tells you that he belongs to you and you alone because you were obviously jealous of, like, everyone, I guess. Then Baba's like, deuces, we're out. And he takes you to the rooftop again. You all watch the scenery, and then Baba apologizes and says he has no excuse for dragging you along in all his problems. All the backstory again, and, slavery.
Yeah, slavery.
Backstory? I literally wrote backstory and slavery. Baba acknowledges what he's doing isn't good, and he kind of just goes to the rooftop for perspective on everything. And then he tells you that he needs you. He apologizes for the kiss again. Says it's selfish, and that he did it because he was overwhelmed by the fact that you were worried about him. Because no one has ever worried about him in his life. Not like you have.
He deserves so much better.
He does. And then you tell him if he's really sorry, kiss you right this time.
I can get behind that.
A first time for everyone. I love you. Tender kisses and hugs. Hugs.
Huggies, please.
Baba takes you to bed. As soon as you get to his place, you get nervous. But Baba covers your eyes with his hands and gives you a flower instead. Baba isn't going to sleep with you. He's not going to sleep with you despite you wanting to. He's waiting until you're ready because he doesn't want to ignore your feelings.
If that man doesn't rail me, I don't know what to...
He holds you when you aren't in his arms, and then y'all go to bed.
Yippee.
Epilogue 1. Yeah.
I'm actually devastated.
Yeah, Baba's
the only one.
Yeah. It's super funny because like his whole storyline has to do with everybody thinking y'all sleep together, and then he's like the one storyline where you don't sleep with him in the end.
I'm disappointed.
And it's ironic because Ota's the exact opposite.
It really was. Ota was right off the bat. He was getting down to brass tacks. Meanwhile, Baba's over here like, I'm gonna make sure you understand I want a slow burn. Not this slow, buddy. Anyways, epilogue 1. Yay.
So Baba acts like a house husband, and when you come home, he teases plans to sleep with you, but you know, Ota barges in,
Of course,
asking about auction stuff. Yeah. Ota makes another joke about a threesome because every time he barges in, you guys are trying to fuck. So clearly to him, it's an invitation. Yeah.
he really does just keep getting worse.
Yeah. So instead, you guys have to look at the appraisal reports, and Ota, Baba, to like everybody making out, and then Isaac's like, maybe you want to join in since you keep going. You keep going into the room, barging in. Maybe you want to join in.
Period. Call him out, Isaac.
Even Isaac's annoyed with this bullshit.
He's done with this.
Like, you know, it's right us up here if Isaac has to say something.
For real, because man just stays out of it. He keeps the joke going, but that shows you it's gone way too far.
He's like, dude, leave them alone.
Let them live.
Get out of their room. Do they have to go find somewhere else to live? And Baba's over here like, I get too caught up in MC that I forget to lock the door. And I'm like, you get a pass.
Yeah, it's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Because it is your room. You do live there.
Yeah.
Ota just comes in there.
Ota just thinks
he's not invited.
Ota just thinks that he can always go in no matter what.
And even then, Ota's still asking about your sex life, though. It's non-existent, and everybody's shocked that it's not existent. And you're like, but we just started dating.
I don't care.
That's why it's not existent.
I don't care. Show me the money.
And I'm just sitting here like, it wasn't non-existent in everybody else's.
Right? At least by the end, you have slept with each other twice, maybe 3 times. With Ota, way more.
Memoru blames Ota for your lack of a sex life, and Baba saves the whole conversation by saying that he's setting the mood. Hey, Memoru blames Ota. Did I say
you
the
said
wrong
the
name?
right name. I'm just confused on why Baba's setting the mood. How is he setting the mood?
He's saving. He's trying to save. He's trying to save face. Yeah, he's trying to save face for Ota for some reason.
Let him die. Let it die. Let it die.
Because Memoru's like, Ota, you're the reason why they don't have a sex life. And it turns out no one knows where Baba's house is, and they all start arguing on where Baba lives because they all got told different things.
A true thief.
Like, someone got told he lives out in the mountains. Someone got told he lives in an apartment. So they're all just kind of arguing on where he lives, and you're all just like, okay, so nobody knows where this man lives. And then you start thinking about how Baba knows how to please a woman, and you worry about table manners at a restaurant as well. Because you guys go to a fancy restaurant, and you're more worried about, like, Baba taking other women there, and knowing how to, like, take a woman on a date.
You are one jealous girl.
Because you don't like that he's, like, that he took other women on dates and stuff, and I'm just here like, okay.
Man is 35 years old.
That man has 10 years of life on you. I don't know why you're so upset that he dated other women before you, but okay. Of course, as you're walking home, that's Baba. They're women from the bar, and they end up inviting both of you to the bar and link arms with Baba and you, which makes you feel conflicted, and you think it's kind of weird. I don't know. I mean, I was confused on why you would feel weird and conflicted because they invited both of you. It's not like they invited Baba alone and was like, go off and do something else by yourself. It was just weird to me. Like, I get it, you're jealous, but at the same time, it's like, when does jealousy become gayness? But I think there's like a fine line, and you're crossing that line, and
I agree.
it also comes back to you, like, having this internalized idea that he's, like, a playboy and a womanizer. Baba, when you guys get to the, bar, he tells him straight up that y'all are a couple now. He asks if you guys should be there, and Baba jokes about how they dragged you guys there, and they didn't even get a choice in this. So you start thinking about how close the group is and thinking that Baba really just likes women and that he, like, has a lot of women friends, which brings it feels like it's the girl best friend conversation, but he doesn't have any girl best friends.
Yeah. The only people he really considers friends are the boys. I was gonna say the girlies.
He just
but
hangs out with the They are the girlies. They act like
they
girls.
really do.
Well, actually, you can't really say that nowadays. To be politically correct, they act like stereotypical girls.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah, but he does hang out with a lot of women, but I mean, like, at the same time, he does draw. He's not like Beck Oliver. Have you watched Victorious?
Yeah. I didn't know his last name was Oliver.
Yeah, he's not Beck. Yeah, it's Beck Oliver.
Yeah, no, he's not a Beck.
Yeah, because Beck doesn't draw that clear line.
I feel like he's more of
that
an
he has a
Andre
girlfriend.
if we're comparing Victoria's characters.
Yeah, Baba was like, that line is here. Don't cross it. I have a girlfriend. She's right here.
This is the woman that I adore and love. You see her, you cross the line, I end you.
Yeah, he's very clear cut that he has a girlfriend, and you are still jealous.
I don't understand that.
I find it funny that I'm using Victorious as like as the comparison here.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, so Ayase happens to be at the bar as well.
Ironically.
No, he became a regular, and he comes and joins you guys because he sees you guys are having fun. He's like, I want to join in on the fun. What's all the fun about? And then he sees you two.
Okay.
I also became a regular at this bar because it was Baba's favorite spot to go to.
He's really not fighting those gay stalker allegations.
Ayase, Baba calls him Aya, tells you to run from Baba and that the women think that Ayase is after you. But then he's like, no, I'm not after her, I'm after Baba.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, we didn't know you swing that way. And he's like, no. No, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I don't mean. I don't want him that way.
He lost every fighting chance with that one.
Yeah. So he tries to deny. He tries to deny the gay allegations because they were like, we were thinking it, but we didn't know. They were all thinking it.
Had no fighting chance.
So then he was like, drink with me. Baba's like, we gotta go. Bye, deuces. Have a good day. So the women surround Aya to like help you guys leave. And the next morning, you are put in charge of the penthouse. As always, because in the epilogue, you're always put in charge of the penthouse. Chisato and Sekio ask you about your promotion, and you tell them about Baba. And they realize it's the same dude you ranted about.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, are y'all good now?
Like, y'all.
And you're like, yeah, we're chill. And then you complain about all his female close friends. Honestly, if you're going to complain about all his female friends, he should be allowed to complain about you hanging out with the rest of the dudes.
Literally.
Because it's literally the same situation. Because all of the women at the bar do not like him romantically. And they even warned you about him.
That's like the first sign. The thing.
And majority of them already have relationships and stuff, and that they really don't care. They just feel bad for Baba at most. They pity that man.
I do too. He's stuck.
So Sekio's solution is to make him forget about the other girls, and you are worried that Baba's going to look at other women, and you decide to make him love you more. Yeah. And you decide your plan is to cook for him to make him love you more. And you invite him to the park for a picnic. And he tells you that he likes rolled omelets and hot dogs shaped like octopuses.
Oh my gosh, I used to make this for my siblings.
And Baba tells you he's going to make 100 amulets so it doesn't rain. And Baba's just happy that you asked him out.
He's such a simple creature.
Epilogue Part 2.
Woo.
So that weekend you go to on your picnic. Baba tells you it's been a long time that he's had a date in the afternoon. or outside in general. And I'm just sitting here like, okay.
That's very specific. Good for you.
So you guys walk to the pier and you want to go boat riding, but upon seeing the boats, Baba tries to drag you away from the boats because there's a legend that if you ride the boats in the park, you'll break up with your boyfriend.
That's so cute.
And that's when you realize that Baba's like hella superstitious.
That's what you really. Who could have guessed?
Yeah, because you're like, I know he's into fortune telling, but I didn't know he was like super superstitious. And I'm just here like, of course that man is super superstitious.
Nobody.
Didn't he tell you he was making 100 amulets?
So it wouldn't rain? Like,
Baba loves that you made him lunch, even though, like, your reason for doting on him wasn't, like, pure.
mm-hmm.
But he doesn't know that. Your reason for doting on him was just so you can make him love you more. And he wants you to feed him. Baba gets embarrassed when you actually agree to feed him. So you feed him like a child. And it's fun. You find it to be fun. I'm just here like, ew, y'all are really sappy.
Yeah.
For making him lunch, your reward is laying your head in his lap, but you don't want to because that's too embarrassing. That is the thing that is too embarrassing.
Feeding each other like children
your head
in
in his lap.
public isn't embarrassing, but laying down in his lap. Get your priorities straight, girl.
So he pushes your head down in his lap anyways and strokes your hair, thanking you for everything. Thanking you for making him food and all that. You hear some girls talking because they're lost, and you immediately sit up confused. Confusing Baba because he's like, you good? You okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out the girls are like looking for the rowboats. And Baba decides that he's going to help them because, I mean, that's the type of person he is. And he also tells them about the curse, but he's still like, but Baba's still, well, as he tells them about it, he's like, don't worry about the curse though. You guys are too cute. Your boyfriends will, you're not gonna lose you to the curse though, so it should be fine. I mean, I don't take it. It would be weird for some random dude to say that if it just was like out of context. I mean, like he did have like some context because he did tell them about the curse.
And that would worry anyone.
Yeah, it was more like just to reassure them. And you don't really like that he's nice to other girls.
What do you expect him to do? You're the one who brought attention to it. You were the only girl in the world right then and there. It was your fault.
Which I'm still over here like, you don't want him to be nice to any girl other than you.
You're with the wrong man.
You need to go date Aizu or Soru.
Date the woman hater.
Men that hate women. You need to go date one of them. So, yeah. Baba decides to cook you guys dinner since you cook. Baba's making like actual Italian food with sea bream carpaccio.
Okay.
And you conclude that you failed your mission to make him love you with food. And the opposite actually happened. Instead, you love him more because he made food.
So you're dumb.
Baba ends up making too much food, and so the gang end up coming over and being invited over to eat, and you find out that they've all had Baba's Italian food before. A ton of times. And even Isaac finds Baba's food better than restaurant food, and Soru's like, yeah, this man's Chinese food is better than the real thing.
Dang. So
Mamoru just eats too much of the food.
So man can throw it down
and
in
he's
the
like,
kitchen.
Mamoru's over here just like, I can't keep eating Baba's food. He'll make me fat. You get upset because you cooked for Baba when he's like a pro. You get upset because you cooked for Baba when he's a pro. And of course the guys are like, so, do you want to talk about it? And Isaac, being Isaac, he's like, you might as well say something. Your face is ruining Baba's food. Your sour face is ruining his meal.
Dang.
We love
really
Isaac.
Do. Man is the best.
So, you tell them everything, and Isaac calls you childish because, you know, you're a dumb child in his eyes.
And you technically are dumb.
You've always been dumb, but...
Yeah.
Ota reminds you that Baba already loves you. And he doesn't know why you're making this change. It's funny when that's coming from Ota.
It really is. The man who keeps trying to get you to have a threesome.
Yeah. Isaac is like, yeah, I clocked why you're worried. You're worried of Baba's womanizing. and you're an open book, so of course I know what's wrong. And Sora's like, you can't change him, and you say with your whole chest, I thought if I could make him love me more, he wouldn't pay attention to anyone else.
To all of his friends.
Yes.
You're a psychopath.
They bring up Baba's girl crazy illness, and basically the advice they give you is to seduce Baba.
Or we
And then
sleep
Isaac's
with
like,
Baba.
I mean, Isaac tells you you're not sexy enough to seduce him. Mamoru equates your sex appeal to a child, and then calls Baba a pervert. And you ask him to stop being mean. Yeah.
Some of the things that come out of their mouths should be illegal. They should not be allowed to be said.
Well, you're not sexy. At least we know all of the guys who think you are like a child to them. They have no Mamoru and Isaac just they don't see you as like a female at all.
Dang.
You're just a child for them. And they're like, yeah, you have no sex appeal whatsoever. Don't know how you guys end up in a relationship.
Wow.
So after that, you go to bed, but they have a private discussion about your problem. They have a whole ass meeting about it.
Dang, they have a whole debrief session.
So the next day, they call you up and tell you that you're not even sexy enough for Baba. That's what they concluded at this meeting.
I'm glad they spent the time on that. I'm glad that's what they concluded.
So, in order to help you out, they bought you a policewoman outfit, and an authentic one, by the way, verified by Mamoru.
Why do I feel like it's gonna be lingerie?
I mean, they couldn't get a real policewoman outfit because, you know, Mamoru said that would be too much work, and also he would get in trouble for getting a real policewoman outfit. But they had able to make one that was like nearly identical to an authentic one. And they said, this is for you to roleplay with Baba in.
Okay.
And you reject the idea of taking the policewoman outfit, and Ota's like, but you roleplay as a maid every day. What you mean?
Wow. Okay.
And you're like, but that's my job. And Isaac's like, so just pretend being a policewoman is your job.
They really said no mercy.
And Mamoru's like, is this not the costume you want? Do you want a different one? Do you want a bunny suit? Because you have no sex appeal without any of this.
They're coming out with the 3rd-degree burns. Give this girl some time to rest. Let her recover a little bit.
So, like, Isaac's like, okay, if you don't want to take the outfit, don't cry to us later because, you know, you have no sex appeal and Baba doesn't want to sleep with you. So then you give in to Isaac, and
it took my brain a minute to catch up.
Ota pouts about this, and then he's like, if you don't tell us about this later, you're gonna get spanked. That mature rating really comes out in Baba's story.
It really does. And the craziest thing is it's not even Baba.
It's everybody around Baba.
Literally. And what happened to you being a huge prude? That's like non-existent.
I mean, you're still a prude, but then everybody else is just turned up to 11, though. The thing is, everybody else is at 11, you're at a 5 when they're usually at a 8 and you're at a 1.
And Baba's the only one at like a 2 compared to his normal 8.
Yeah. So, you try it on. They even provide you with a little toy gun, too.
Cute.
They give you accessories.
Not accessories.
So you try it on, you get conflicted, and then you try to take it off, but then Baba walks in. And then after the initial shock, Baba's like, well, you look cute. And then he's like, wait, hold on. He runs to the bedroom and then comes back with handcuffs. And you're like, where did you get those handcuffs from? They look a little real. And he's like, yeah, they are real. They're the handcuffs I used to, the handcuffs that Ayase used on me, and I escaped out of when he tried to capture me. And I just gotta kept them.
Aw, he's got memorabilia from his little stalker boyfriend.
Yeah. So Baba, he's fully into this. He's definitely into it. You're freaking out. And then he handcuffs you to the chair and starts seducing you. Y'all are about to fuck. But then y'all hear arguing outside the door.
Okay, who's arguing?
The door flies open and all 4 of the guys tumble into the room.
Were they listening?
Sora tries to claim that he told them not to spy.
But he
Isaac's like, then why were you trying to look too?
Oh my gosh.
Ota's confused about the handcuffs, and he was like, did I give you handcuffs? Where did the handcuffs come from? Mamoru notices that they're real, and he's like, those are real. I definitely did not give you handcuffs. And then it clicks to the handcuffs are Baba's. Baba's confused. He's like, what is going on here? Why are y'all outside the door? First of all, why are you guys talking about the handcuffs? Why do you guys know about what's going on here?
He's over here like, I'm trying to get my freak on. You're not supposed to be here.
What is going on? So Ota explains the situation, and he claims that they just gave advice. And then Baba's also confused on the whole love him more sentiment. And Memory's like, yeah, I guess we kind of got carried away with the advice.
Kind of? Yeah. Kind of.
Sora had the audacity to be like, this is all y'all's fault. I told y'all it was a bad idea to make her a cop. Baba's a thief. Why would y'all make her a cop? He has to calm him down. He's like, calm down, dude.
He's
down.
like, calm down, hubby. It's okay. It's okay. Calm down.
So the thing is, Baba's upset that you talked to everybody else about this except him.
As he should be.
You asked the whole peanut gallery for all of their advice before you even came to him for any of this, or even discussed the problem that you have with him. And then he tells you to take off the outfit, and they're like, so y'all are into voyeurism now? Baba's like, no, get out. All of you just get out. And then he kicks everybody out, and he's like, we're leaving right after this. Isaac claims that they don't have to leave. Y'all don't have to leave because they won't interrupt anymore.
That's such a lie. That's such a bald-faced lie.
And then Baba's like, don't mess with her anymore. Don't do this ever again. Next time, just ignore her, please. So, epilogue 3, final stretch. So, Baba takes you to a traditional Japanese house, which turns out to be his house.
Yay!
Yay, he does have a house.
He's not homeless.
He shows you around the house, tells you about random sentimental things in the house, and makes seasonal plans with you, which, means you're like, oh my god, he wants to date me long term? Yeah. And then Baba jokes about having another roleplay experience with you, where you get to be a nurse. And, then you sit on the bed with him and you guys just kind of relax.
Oh.
No one except you have been to his place, and you're surprised that he hasn't bring any of his other girlfriends there. Which I don't know why you're surprised.
I'm so fed up with her.
Yeah. This is my I told you I didn't like this story because of her, and this is why.
I understand.
Because this whole story, even now, you're over here still like, he's a cheater, he's a womanizer, he's going to cheat on me, and it's just like, he has never shown any of these traits.
Not one.
Even when you met him.
Exactly.
He didn't showcase these kind of traits to be this kind of person.
Mm-hmm. Not the aggressive glass fix.
So, Bala apologizes for making you worry and tells you that he got jealous that you went to the peanut gallery for advice. Because he wants to know more about you, more than anyone else, and he wants to be the one you come to for your problems. You apologize and add a but, because you're about to say, but you made me feel, all the stupid shit you're about to say. But Baba cuts you off and tells you he knows it was for him, and that you didn't have to be so basic, though.
Dang.
Yeah, you didn't have to be a basic bitch. Get a little kinky, get a little creative.
Wow. Okay, Baba.
We love when Baba comes in and finally shows his, M rating.
Mm-hmm.
You're finally rated, Baba, compared to everybody else in the story.
Literally.
Motherfucker, Oto's been talking about threesome since the beginning of the story, and you finally say something.
Finally say something rated.
And his is so tame. He's just telling you not to be a basic bitch.
Exactly. All he's saying is, I don't want vanilla sex.
So you find that Baba holding back and getting jealous is funny. And Baba's like, don't you get jealous? And suddenly that shit's not funny anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say. How convenient.
You're not laughing when he's like, don't you get jealous though? So Baba tells you that you're the only girl he wants and the only one that comes to his house and to the rooftop, and he will tell you that you're special to him for the rest of his life if he has to.
Aww.
Y'all say you love each other, and then y'all make love. And then I wrote this comment, the writing was a little bit more smutty than before.
Wow.
It did get a little smutty up in there. It was over here. You have heard about Irresistible Mistakes, but it was on that level where but Irresistible Mistakes whole storyline is about you having a one night stand. So, and the consequences of having a one night stand with your coworkers and bosses. Yeah, I mean, but Irresistible Mistakes, they literally have scenes where y'all are literally just having sex. The next morning, Baba makes you breakfast in bed because you have to go to work. So he's like, oh, I made you breakfast. He is literally house husband material, but
giving babies.
Yes. Yeah, basically. So you're in where was I at? I was reading. He does tell you that role playing is indeed a turn on.
And how?
And then he gets jealous because you listen to Ocha's request, but won't dress up as a nurse when he asks you.
Fair point.
He's like, how are you gonna dress up like a policewoman when they ask you to dress up like a policewoman, but you won't dress up like a nurse when I ask you to dress up like a nurse? What kind of rudeness is this? So, you end up being late for work anyways because you're too busy making out with Baba.
It's a good reason to be late. I think that should be...
You should have just took the day off. Isaac would have let you.
He definitely would have let you, especially if you were winning him a bet.
Let you? Just because of the bet. He would have let you just because he would have won a bet. Man would have been like, I was right, ha ha ha. So, as y'all were making a run for the hotel, Baba sees Ayase and tries to walk away because Ayase is like, is he nearsighted or farsighted? That man just can't see, okay?
Dang.
Just like me. We both can't see. I think he was the opposite of me though. So, he's over here looking for his glasses, but his glasses are right here in front of you. I can't see you at all, so I need to, because I can't see your reaction. But yeah, I could not see your reaction, so I was just doing shit.
Yeah. I was watching you, and I was like, dang, she's going all in.
No, it's because I look like a conehead right now. Not a conehead, but a football. My head is like a football.
Why are you doing yourself like that?
Oh, I did write down what he was. He's nearsighted.
So he can't see far away. I'm nearsighted. In one eye.
I'm nearsighted too.
Wait, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just know one of my eyes can't see and the other can.
That's why whenever I have to do something like read, I have to take my glasses off to read.
Then I am nearsighted. Can see further.
I'm pretty sure that's what nearsighted is.
Yeah, is when you can't see further away. It would make sense.
Yeah, because my mom I was doing stuff for her the other day, and she was like, why did you take your glasses off? And I'm like, because I can't see far away. I can see up close. It's hard to see what I'm doing up close with these glasses on. But yeah, so you end up finding Ayase's glasses, which this will come in to play in the sequel. Yeah. And then you give Ayase his glasses back. You're the only person who has helped him, and he's been there for a good while looking for his glasses.
Aww.
You get raised to goddess status for him. You're his goddess now.
Oh.
Mind you, he still doesn't have his glasses on, so he can't tell who you are yet. And then after he put in the glasses, he's like, it's you!
The woman keeping him from his man.
You're like, yeah, this is, and he's like, my goddess, hey!
Oh. Now he wants the whole shebang. He wants the whole couple. He wants to make it a throuple. Him and Ota about to be on that. You want a threesome?
So, that night the gang is still kind of grilling y'all. They were waiting. They were waiting for y'all to come back home to tell them what happened. Baba reiterates that they need to stop playing with you, and that he loves you as you are, and your personality.
I think he's lying. Because how can you love that personality?
I don't know. The same way I can love fictional men. idealizing.
That's fair.
And then Osha starts talking about a flight attendant and how this flight attendant wanted to invite them back into the room with them and she was willing to wear her flight uniform. Baba hops on that conversation.
Of course.
And then he stops and he's like, do you guys feel the malice in the air? Do you guys feel like this bad energy? And everybody's like, yeah, I feel it. So Baba has to turn to you and tell you that he's, and you're like, I still love you even though you're a womanizing whore. You don't tell that to his face, but that's what you're thinking. Which, I mean, he literally made that joke just because you have had that reaction. Baba literally plays off of, like, how you feel.
It's funny.
It is. It's definitely funny. Funny thing is, I feel so bad for Baba throughout this whole main story, but then in the sequel, I'm just here like, Baba, you were in the wrong for this one.
That was dreadful.
Horrible.
Terrible.
Anyways, that was the end of this